for that person that would say, I don't want to do business in China for whatever reason,
Sure.
like how did you have those feelings going into it? Did you or internationally in general, how did you handle the stealing aspect of a different place? Like how all that craziness that so many people will bring up as the issue is to not stay local, if you will, local to the.
Yeah, I mean this is 2020, man. It's like the global economy is just, it's the same reason why like we have engineers in China, we have developers in Venezuela, we have we try to go find the best person for the job rather than, oh well, maybe we could do it here. It just doesn't. That's great if you're maybe like a restaurant and you're trying to source local food. That makes a lot of sense to get it local. But for us, it just doesn't make any sense. But we did look at India really hard. I just think that like China's manufacturing capabilities, they're too far in front. And when you look at them and you open up the two clocks, the difference is very noticeable. Almost like you're looking in a time machine. You're looking at what I was looking at least the Indian made clocks just looked like they were old. Like old capacitors, transistors, like when I was a kid in technology class, and you look at the boards of now, and these are all surface mounted LEDs. I mean, they're so thin you can't even see them. They're tinier than your thumbnail, and they're super bright, and they don't give off any heat. We put a special glue on these PCB boards to make them completely waterproof. They're penetrable to water. Obviously, we needed that being in swimming pools. So, yeah, the manufacturing capabilities of China are just outstanding. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be careful. I mean, there's a lot of bad stuff. There's a lot of bad products out there, and there's a lot of corners that get cut. There's a book that I think everyone should read if you're looking to manufacture something in China. It's called Poorly Made in China. And I don't want to paint everyone with the same brush, but the guy just kind of talks about things that he's seen and heard about from a lot of other people, and they're kind of the same kind of strategies, and you see them. You see the patterns happen. For example, one thing that they like to do is once they got a pretty good product, right, they'll start to try to cheapen it down. So let's just take, for example, the side of our clock. This is like really super hard plastic mold, right? Well, you could start using recycled plastic. So then all of a sudden these things become brittle, and they're not very good and tough and strong like this, and because they're making the materials as cheap as possible. There's just a lot of little things like that you just got to be careful about and aware of. But for the most part, man, I love China. I love my experiences over there. I love my manufacturer. There's so much crap in the media. They're just like us. They have families. They want to do what's best for their family. They have business. They want what's best for their businesses. And I think ultimately for me, it was the most important part was to go over there to make sure that I had a personal connection. Otto's not my manufacturer. Otto's like my guy. He's been to Virginia Beach. We've had crabs at Dockside. We've been into the ocean together. He's been on my kitchen table working with me. I've been on his kitchen table working with him. I was there for his to see his little kid grow up, and then the second one came along. So it's nice to have that personal relationship, and that I think people should strive for that if they're going to do business in China. Go over there and learn and meet. They're going to take care of you. You're not going to be able to do anything when you're over there except for enjoy yourself.
I think relationships in general is what you're getting at, right? And so meet the people that are going to be a part of what you're doing. And I think that's incredibly valuable. And I think clearly that's been good for you going over there, learning that that culture. Same could be if it was a partner that was across the street or across the hall from an apartment, right? It doesn't matter. Meet those people and be kind to them the way that you would want them to be to you. And I think that's incredibly valuable. So.